Hello everyone, how are you all doing? So in today's video I'll be showing you the correct order of draw. If you are a phlebotomy or if you want to do a blood extraction, just follow me and watch carefully. I'm going to be showing you the tubes and the different colors and the correct order of draw. So stay tuned and watch. Thank you. So these are my tubes set up. The very first sample you are supposed to collect, let's say for example the test that the doctor orders requires blood culture. The very first one you are supposed to collect is the culture bottle. So you go for the one that needs oxygen. So you start first with the aerobic. This is the aerobic. So it's usually green like this. So you start first with this one. Then second you go for the anaerobic. This one doesn't need oxygen. So with this you collect when the doctor wants to see if there is any microorganism. So you collect the blood sample here, you pop this up, pop, and it will be open so you can collect the blood sample in here. So this is how it looks. It's kind of sandy with water and this at the bottom. So this is how the culture tubes look like. These are the vials you collect blood sample when you have culture. So you start with the green and you go for the orange. So this is the color. Then let's say for example the test that the doctor orders does not require culture. What you do is that you have to start first with your citrate. This is the citrate tube and it's usually kind of blue. So this is how it looks like. And then the second tube, it's the red tube. So depending if you have a test that needs the red tube, this is the next in line. The next will be the yellow tube. This is how it looks like. It has a gel at the bottom. So this is how it's going to be like. Okay, then the next is the green tube. This one mostly for troponin. So the next now it's the lavender color. Some people call it blue, royal blue. So this is a lavender. This is what it looks like. Lavender. So this is the tube. It has a kind of an anticoagulant in it which is known as ether. So this is it. Some people call it the ether tube, but this is a lavender color. So at times you might also have the royal blue. So after collecting this, you have to collect this. The royal blue, I think you can really see the color. It's a little bit different from the other one, but all of them. So you collect this one first, the lavender, then you collect the royal blue. So that's the order of draw. And lastly, you collect the gray tube. This one mostly to check glucose. So this is the one you collect it, the very last tube. It has its own anticoagulant also in it, sodium, which you have to collect it, the very last one. So this is the order of draw, guys. In case you don't have blood culture, the very first tube should be this one, in case you have a test for coagulation. The second should be the red tube with no additive. So this is it. Then the next is the yellow tube. The yellow tube has a gel at the bottom. I think I showed you. The next, this gel will help the sample to get clotted faster. The next is the green tube. It also has a gel at the bottom. But the function of this gel is to keep the sample, the blood sample here, in a liquid state so that it should not get clotted. The next also, it's the lavender tube. This is it. It helps. It has an anticoagulant, which is the ether. It keeps the blood in the liquid state. Same also for this. It's going to keep it. This one is the royal blue. So both of them are almost looking alike. So after you collect for the lavender, if you have a blood test that needs the royal blue, you can go for it. And the very last is the sodium fluoride tube. This one, if you can see, this is the anticoagulant in it. Sodium fluoride stroke potassium oxalate. So this one will stop glycolysis. So it's mostly made to check glucose. So this is it. These are the tubes. So don't forget, the very first, in case you have culture, it's the green. After the orange, the next, it's the citrate. And the next, it's red. The next, it's yellow. The next, it's green. After you have the lavender, after the royal blue, and after you have green. And also you also have some other type of tubes, but mostly in most blood extraction, these are the common tubes we do use. So in case you have some other kind of colors or other kind of tubes, you need to also fit them in between, or maybe most of the time some of them are being collected at the end of the gray tube. So this is the correct order of blood draw, from citrate to red to yellow to green, lavender, royal blue, and you have the gray tube. This is how it looks like. Okay, so this is the order of blood draw. So if you are using a valve to do the blood extraction, you have to follow this. Thank you, and thanks for watching. So this is the correct order of blood draw. Don't mix your tube up, because when you mix them up, definitely the analytes they are going to check in the laboratory might not come out normal, because most of the times maybe the anticoagulant is going to make them to be either high or very low. So always make sure you don't mix up your valves. So that is how you do a correct blood extraction. You have to follow the order of draw and make sure you don't mix your valves. That is it. That's how you do a successful blood extraction. Love you all.